Presented by Swinford Media Group. Get ready for an electrifying Wildcat Game Day. Powered by our incredible sponsors. Watermark Auto Group. John A. Logan College. Black Diamond Harley Davidson. Moreland-Bishop McDonalds. Deaconess, Illinois Medical Center. Anderson's Furniture and Mattress. Chick-Fil-A of Marion. The Hub Recreation Center. Legence Bank. Kemper CPA Group. Banterra Bank. The Illinois Army National Guard. The Bank of Herrin. SIU Credit Union. State Farm Kenya Garner. SouthernTrust Bank. Wellness Unlimited. First Southern Bank. Clark Natural Stone LLC. Wit Wisdom. The Print Shop at Pieces of Learning. Anderson Boys Trash Service. Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Marion Plumbing LLC. Urology Institute.
Good evening and welcome to Cuss Wilson Gym. We have a fantastic night of varsity basketball. We've already seen a JV match from both boys and girls, and now we are getting ready to start varsity games here as Herrin and Marion, the cross-county rivals. One of the oldest rivalries in Southern Illinois is being rekindled right here at Marion High School tonight. Yes, this first game will feature the 14-6 Marion Wildcats taking on the 9-16 Herrin girls, and you are listening to our pregame show brought to you by Moreland-Bishop McDonalds. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi Wildcat fans, I'm Brad Poole, president of the Watermark Auto Group. I invite you to come experience the fastest, friendliest, and fairest car buying in our little corner of the world. Our friendly sales representatives will provide you in writing with our best price, trade value, monthly payments, all within minutes of your request. No pressure, no hurdles, no tricks, and no surprises. Experience the Watermark difference for yourself at Watermark Ford Hyundai or Watermark Nissan of Marion. Fast, friendly, fair. That's Watermark.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what John A. Logan does for you.
Welcome back to Cuss Wilson Gym. We have two varsity games to bring you tonight. We'll be streaming both of them a girls game coming up in just 8 minutes, and then a boys varsity game. Both of them featuring a matchup, a cross-county rivalry matchup between Marion and Herrin. I'm Bill Swinford of the Swinford Media Group and the Marion Star. We're glad you could join us. I've got Ross Swinford at the controls. Riley Swinford will join us a little bit later in time to take over the play-by-play for the boys game. But we hope you'll just stay with us through the evening. If you're just enjoying an evening at home or unable to get to Cuss Wilson Gym, rest assured that we'll bring you 2 games. These should be 2 good games because although the Marion girls and the Herrin girls seem to be kind of on different trajectories, things have picked up a little bit of late for Herrin, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But of course, the marquee matchup of the night is the boys game, featuring 2 of the top basketball programs in Southern Illinois. Sailor Schertz's Herrin Tigers versus Gus Gillespie's Marion Wildcats. There'll be a lot of attention paid to this game tonight as we determine just who are the best teams in the region, and this will help us to really see how these 2 rank. They're both playing different classes. They play different conferences. They don't play each other like they used to in the old South 7, either boys or girls. But at least once a year we can count on seeing a matchup. And that's what we get tonight. We get to see it for the girls and the boys. Let's talk a little bit about these girls, and we'll start with our Marion girls as they have had a terrific season so far, standing right now at 14-6, 3-1 in the South 7 Conference. They had a terrific come-from-behind win on Tuesday as they won at Centralia 48-43. They had been down, I believe, by 12 points in the fourth quarter and came back and won that. So congratulations to Coach Eric Griffin, his staff, and his players on getting that key South 7 win on Tuesday night. They had a little tougher matchup last Saturday, but they ran into really probably the best girls team in Southern Illinois in Mount Vernon and lost by just a point, 59-58. Mount Vernon 19-3 overall, 5-0 in the South 7 Conference, and they almost knocked off the Rams a week ago. But they did come back on Tuesday and got the win over Centralia. Now, they were scheduled to play last night against Meridian, or actually, I'm sorry, Thursday night against Meridian, but that game was canceled, will not be rescheduled. So right now, the varsity girls stand at 14-6, 3-1 on the season. I believe I've got that record right. I'll double check that for you. Let's now talk about the varsity Herrin girls. You see, as you look at the court, you'll see Herrin in black tonight, the home Wildcats in white. Wildcats on your left, the black team warming up on the right. That is Herrin. And Herrin is now 9-16. They've had a tough go part of this season, but they had a terrific thing happen for them on Thursday night as they had traveled to Massac County and got just thumped earlier this season, thumped by 30 points, it feels like. And they hosted Massac County on Thursday night on senior night at Memorial Gymnasium in Herrin, and they got the win. They won, beating Massac County, and that followed a big win for them over Murfreesboro on Monday. Now that win Monday against Murfreesboro, 60-50 win, ended an 11-game losing streak for these varsity Lady Tigers. And so after 2 straight wins, they come in here with their heads up and ready to take on these tough Wildcats. They had a tough week last week, going 0-3 at the West Frankfort Midwinter Tournament. And as such, with the ups and the downs, they stand at 9-16. You know, I said these 2 programs, these girls programs, are on different trajectories. The Lady Wildcats continue to improve every year. They've gone through a few head coaches in the last few years, but they seem to have really pulled it all together this year under Eric Griffin. Now, of course, you know Eric Griffin was a boys coach at Meridian at one time and took them all the way to the state finals. And we also know that he had a terrific career coaching elsewhere and playing here in Southern Illinois in Carrier Mills, and then went on to play at Southern Illinois University under Rich Herrin, who Of course, later in his career, Rich came to Marion after retiring from the college ranks and coached the boys program here. So lots of overlap and lots of good feelings around this Marion program as it's rising. Herrin's traditionally had a strong girls basketball program. It's been down a little bit in recent years, especially the last couple. But standing at 9-6, they are, after that long losing streak, they are ready to try to pull that back up. 9-16 now, and we'll see how they finish the season, and we'll see how they face up against these Lady Wildcats. We are about ready to start. You see the teams going to their benches as we'll have an introduction of the starting lineups. Again, I'm Bill Swinford with Swinford Media Group. We are pleased to have you here tonight. Ross Swinford is alongside handling the controls. Ross, let's just go ahead and throw it to another commercial, and we'll come back probably ready for game action right after this.
3 hospitals, 1 shared vision. Welcome to a new era of care as we introduce Deaconess Illinois Crossroads, dedicated to elevating healthcare for Southern Illinois. From Heartland Regional to now Deaconess Illinois Medical Center, driven to provide you with the highest quality care every single day. And Union County Hospital is now proudly Deaconess Illinois Union County. All combine innovation with compassion, where your health is our #1 priority. Join us as we redefine healthcare together.
Go Wildcats!
Oasis Home Center is Southern Illinois' premier showcase for the largest selection of the best appliances, flooring, cabinets, and more. Visit Oasis Home Center, where inspiration meets unbeatable value. Explore our showroom and discover why we're the region's trusted choice for home upgrades. The Oasis experts offer up to 4 years interest-free financing and no money down options on the area's greatest choice of manufacturers. Oasis Home Center in Marion. Online anytime at oasishomecenter.world.
It's the Mattress Mania sale going on now at Anderson's family of stores. For 1 week only, all bedding is on sale. Plus, get same-day delivery on most mattresses, a 90-day sleep guarantee, and up to 5 years interest-free financing. So you can rest assured you have the perfect mattress no matter what. From the Mattress Mania sale, going on now at Anderson's family of stores.
Anderson's Furniture and Mattress, home of the savings giant.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard gives me a lot of opportunities. I have the ability to serve close to home, wherever that may be in the volunteer state. It also provides tuition benefits, making it possible to get the education I've always wanted. And since my service is part-time, I can pursue my dream job in the career field I choose. With part-time service in the Army National Guard, I really can have it all.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Hi, I'm Dr. Marty Blue. I'm a chiropractor in Marion, Illinois now, and I do dry needling and Graston technique, a lot of sports med. I just want people to be able to feel comfortable, call me, make an appointment, just love to talk to people, whatever they need. A lot of times people just say, hey, is this a chiropractic thing? And you know, most of the time it is, and if not, I'll show you where you need to go next. You know, I make it very personalized. There's no canned chiropractic. It just, whatever you need, we'll talk about it. So just give me a call.
Welcome back to Cuss Wilson. They are just getting ready to introduce the starting lineup for the Marion Lady Wildcats as we have a night of varsity basketball action tonight. Stay tuned after this one for the varsity boys taking on Herrin. The girls take on Herrin in this one, and here's the starters for Marion. Bryn Smith, number 12, will start for the Wildcats. So to recap those Marion starters for you, Nigel Curry, number 10, number 42, starting for the Lady Wildcats. Bryn Smith is a junior. Addie Lennon is a junior. Kamari Jackson is a junior. And Libby Garrett is a junior. So you got a sophomore and a bunch of juniors starting for the Lady Wildcats. They've got a deep bench. There's a lot of young ladies they can bring off the bench. And I believe Carly Midget might be the first to come off. She's just a freshman, plays a lot of minutes, and has had a lot of success in her first varsity season, first high school season this year. And Marion wins the tip. They'll bring it down. Curry over to Kamari Jackson, who drove the lane, could not get that one to fall, and Herrin has its first possession. Inside now, and that is blocked as Branson Hill had her first, or Kaylee Ward had her first attempt blocked. Inside now to Libby Garrett. Nobody on the board yet, as these two Williamson County rivals take on each other. And blocked that time. Returning the favor was Kaylee Ward for the Lady Tigers. Back inside now to Ward. She goes up, she gets her own rebound. She's going to kick it back out. Still nobody on the board yet, as both teams have tried and failed on the offensive end. Just shaking off jitters. Maybe a little bit bigger crowd than usual tonight, as folks have come out in anticipation of the boys' game. So that's Branson Hill, the senior, number 34, with that foul, and Libby Garrett goes to the line, hits their first one, and Marion's on the board. 1-0, just underway here at Cus Wilson Gym. A night of Marion versus Herrin, boys and girls action. Marion's going to get to hang on to that one. She missed the free throw, but Marion will retain possession after the rebound went out of bounds off of Herrin. Three-point attempt, no, but a steal. Curry grabs it, sets the offense. Jackson looking for an open shot. Back to Jackson. Inside, nice play as Addie Lennon gets on the board. Lots of juniors starting for Marion, a very strong junior class. And there is Lennon again, this time with a steal. Over to Jackson, and she scores. That's out of bounds to the Tigers. Marion up early, 5-0. Ward inbounds, and there's a shot from Schramm that doesn't go. Herrin still struggling on the offensive end. Marion, meanwhile, is pushing the ball. Garrett had her shot blocked, but held on to it. No good that time by Bryn Smith, and Herrin will get another chance to try to get down and get on the board. As Herrin trails 5-0, 5:25 left here in the first quarter. It's a good strong move to the basket that time. That was Shania Johnson was fouled, and she'll get to shoot some free throws. Curry with her first foul. Johnson gets a free throw for Herrin. Well, but Herrin's on the board. 5-1 now. Again, Herrin's had a good week after a bad couple of weeks. Came to this game with some confidence again, but they are taking on one of the top programs in the South 7 and in the region in the Marion Wildcats. Smith down to Jackson, who drove the baseline and was fouled. And Jackson will, looks like they'll take that one out of bounds. Madison Dickerson, just a freshman into the game for Herrin. Herrin starting, or Marion starting 5 still in there. Jackson attempts a 3. Nope, and Herrin comes away Ward with a good strong rebound. Had a chance to get it ahead to Schramm that time for a fast break, but Marion put a stop to that. And they'll take it out of bounds. Schramm will take it out of bounds in front of the Marion bench. So Sophie Schramm, with a very similar name to Sophie Schrum, who was a Marion Marion athlete who graduated just a year or 2 back. Libby Garrett with that foul. They had her trapped, and Schramm traveled. Already a crowd assembling here. This place will fill up tonight as Marion takes on Herrin. Big game for both programs, and you'll hear plenty of cheering from Tiger fans as well as Wildcat fans. Just, of course, a short drive over here, and a rich rivalry that just they only meet once or twice a season at most.
Yeah, I don't think this game was originally scheduled to be this way when this matchup was first on the schedule. I think this is one that was part of the ice and snow that we had back a few weeks ago, and with the opportunity to pair it with the boys game gives both of these fan bases a chance to see a night of basketball for both of their programs, and also gives these girls a special opportunity. I thought of it as I walked in a few moments ago, how this is a little bit better than your average girls basketball crowd, and gives these girls a special opportunity. I remember they did one of these a couple of years ago, very similar.
Yeah, you could tell these teams had some nerves going into the game. Marion obviously settling down now as Jackson scores.
But also, of course, trickle down to the junior varsity crowds, and the multiple games they had today, I think, are all probably a little bit more well attended than usual. Of course, we expect a big crowd when the Marion and Herrin varsity boys teams meet, but gives these other teams that sometimes don't draw as well a little bit of a bigger spotlight tonight for sure.
Jackson decided to take that all the way. She had Curry, but she just decided to finish it off herself. She got her 6th point. Marion's got 9, and they lead Herrin 9-1. 3:15 left in the first. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more Herrin Marion action all night long right here on the Swinford Media Group.
Hey, this is Michael Anderson, owner of Anderson Boys Trash Service. We are locally owned and operated. We are reliable and affordable. Weekly trash service. I look forward to hearing from you soon. I appreciate you, and my family appreciate the business. 618-925-1215, or you can check us out on Facebook at Anderson Boys Trash Service.
Welcome back to Cuss Wilson. Herrin Marion girls taking on each other. Marion with an early lead, 9-1 here, 3:06 left in the first quarter. Stay with us. We will have both boys and this girls varsity action. Herrin Marion tonight taking each
Nice
other
shot.
on. Good work. We've seen early in this game, we've seen a lot of good work from Kayla Ward.
Marion has some subs in the game now. We'll get those to you in just a moment.
And here comes Herrin coming out of their timeout. Looks like that timeout's done them some good. Already pulling back in within 9 to 5. Marion can't score again. Yeah, into the game now for Marion. We've got number 21, Paisley Freeborn there under the basket. And right there you've got Jakaya Peterman got that steal. Just a freshman, number 3.
And now another freshman, Carly Midget, checking in, number 14. Looks like she will replace Naija Curry.
So much depth on this Marion team, and a lot of it young. And we talked about that very strong junior class. But there's just as many sophomores and freshmen that are capable. And they're right there. Is Midget cleaning up that one?
Right on cue.
Right on cue. She had a very special junior high career. We've gotten to live stream some of her games even at the junior high level, and earlier this season as she has started her career, she looks like she's going to be a force to be reckoned with for 4 years here at Cuss Wilson Gym. Herrin kind of lost their way on that play, and Wildcats hold on to an 11-5 lead. Herrin came out of the timeout with a good spurt. We'll see if Marion can take back control here.
Yeah, looking up and down this Marion roster, it's impressive. Marion has just one player that will not be on this team a year from now. That's the one senior, Shakira Humphrey, and she's in a reserve role. So the bulk of the minutes will be back next year, and as good of a season as Marion is having under Eric Griffin, the expectations will be even higher next year when everybody comes back.
That's the 8th point for Jackson there, and a nice assist from Midget on that rebound.
Yeah, Jackson, of course, at Carterville transfers, quickly made her impact known here at Marion.
Big 3 there by Madison Dickerson as Herrin works to stay in this game. Neglected to say that we're now joined by Riley Swinford. Riley jumped in with us as he arrived, and he'll be doing the play-by-play on the varsity boys action coming up after this one. We'll just keep the stream going, I believe, won't we? No, we will not. We will cut the stream, and then we'll start a different one. So after this game's over, we'll pop up with another post as soon as we're ready to start that varsity boys broadcast. We are thankful if you were on with us from the beginning, you saw the list of sponsors that make Wildcat Game Day possible. And stay tuned for them later in the game too, because without them we could do none of this free for you all. We work very hard to make sure that we can make these streams available very easy through our Facebook pages and through YouTube now on the Swinford Media Group. And there's a steal by Marion. Marion on the attack again. Here comes Jackson, taking it all the way.
This might be her first edition of the Marion-Herrin rivalry, but she's definitely familiar with being rivals with Herrin, coming over from Carterville, rivals over there as well.
True. She's got 10 points already. And Herrin hanging in there as try to figure out who that even is.
Yeah, she's not on the roster. They announced her as Williams.
Okay, that's what we'll call her. We don't have a Williams. And each on the roster, each of these players have 2 numbers, JV and varsity, I assume, or home and away. I don't know what it is. But
They've got, multiple. They've got, I think, gray, white, and orange.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Midget scores. She'll get to go to the line to try to finish the 3-point play. Harley already with 4. Stay with us and watch these girls play. Whatever the score, wherever the scoring goes, close or not, you'll enjoy watching these young ladies play. There's a lot of talent on both sides, but especially watch these Lady Wildcats as this program continues to climb and grow and improve. Again, a big win over Centralia the other night, and near win over the powerful Lady Rams of Mount Vernon last Saturday. Just missed getting that one. Good times for Lady Wildcats. We're going to take a break as the first quarter ends. We'll be back with more after this.
Since 1999, Clark Natural Stone is a family-owned business that strives to not only offer you the best selection of rock and mulch in the country, but also provide you with the best service. Clark Natural Stone Slinger Truck is a great option when you need rock, sand, or gravel placed in an area not easily accessible to a conventional dump bed. To schedule your delivery or to ask any questions, call 618-997-3889 or visit our website, clarknaturalstone.com.
It's a place to work hard, to learn, and to grow. It's a place to relieve stress and unwind. It's a place to have fun and enjoy time together. It's a place to be in your own space, to work out alongside friends, or to be part of a bigger community.
The Hub is the place where you belong.
Visit thehubmarion.com for more info.
We're back at Cuss Wilson Gym. We're just underway as the varsity girls matchup between Marion and Herrin continues. There's Nyjah Curry driving for Marion and getting fouled. She'll go to the line.
Yeah, a year ago as a freshman, you know, watching Nyjah transition from the junior high level to the high school level, she was trying to pick her points on when to drive, when to pull it out, when to attack, when to be in control, out of control. But she's gotten much better at kind of knowing her spots, knowing when to go with a full head of steam, when to pull it out, when to jump, stop, go off 2 feet, when to go in for a layup. So the growth of Nyjah Curry in this sophomore class, joined by these other freshmen, it's fun to watch, and we've only got a couple more years to keep watching it.
So we're going to call a foul here as they will get Brent Smith. Schramm taking it out for Herrin. Marion doubling up Herrin right now, 20-10, early in the second quarter. There's a steal by Curry. She's going to storm her way to the basket and score. 4 points now for Curry.
The first quarter was all Jackson. Second quarter so far all Curry. Similar to last night.
Mitchell with a steal, and I think they're going to say Carly got the steal, but maybe Schramm fouled her after she took the ball out of Sophie's hands. Jackson out. So, yeah, Jackson getting a well-deserved rest after scoring 10 points in the first quarter.
But as I was saying last night when the boys played Waltonville here, first quarter all Kyan Cole, second quarter all Ethan Simmons. At one point, Marion had about 30 points only scored by those two guys combined.
Wow.
So we'll see if they too can pick up where they left off with their rapid pace.
Yeah,
or if tonight will be someone else like Kane Rogowski, who was relatively quiet last night.
Kyan Cole, I'm just so pleased to see him having such a great senior year, and we've seen a lot of great things from him this year, but it sounds like he was shooting the lights out.
31 points for Kyan Cole last night. Career high game for him. Tonight, really tough matchup. Kyrie Salukins will come in for the Herrin boys. 4-year varsity starter, MVP of the El Dorado Holly tournament. Probably will be an assignment for either Kyan or Reese Anthony, or they'll split time. But that will be a fun matchup here after this girls game wraps up. But we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We'll talk plenty about that before that game gets underway. we'll have another Moreland-Bishop McDonalds pregame show for you.
Yeah, plenty to be excited about watching this rising Lady Wildcats program.
Herrin's struggling with the turnovers right now, and Marion's turning them into fast break transition points. Libby Garrett that time for 2. Marion's up 16, and Libby Garrett only has
3.
Yeah, 1 field goal.
Harley Midget all over the court all the time.
It's kind of interesting how Coach Griffin's using his personnel. He's really got a lot of different girls that can play. Truthfully, Midget, probably could be a starter. I don't know if anyone will argue too much if you slid her into the starting lineup, but he's loyal to some of those upperclassmen and kind of working Midget in, making her kind of pay her dues, so to speak. But once she goes in, she really makes her presence known and makes it hard for the coach to take her back out.
Shania Johnson with that last score for Herrin. This right here is Allie Christopher, who passes it off. Allie into the game now for the Lady Wildcats.
There's Midget again. Blocked. Might have gotten away with a foul there. Referee Brian Kelly lets them play on and just says out of bounds to the Lady Tigers, who are cold in this quarter. They only have 2 points in the first 3 minutes of action.
Again, Herrin coming into this game 9-16. They had 2 wins this week after 11 straight losses, having beaten Murfreesboro and Massac County. The Massac County win was a big surprise because Massac thumped them so badly earlier this season. So they came in with some confidence, and they're hanging in there, but Marion's awfully tough. And as I said, I mean, Herrin's girls program traditionally strong. They're a little down right now, and Marion's stronger than they've been in quite a while.
They've kind of stabilized under Coach Jacob Emling. The Herrin girls team had went through some coaches. They had a patch where they couldn't find a coach, kind of like the Herrin football team is currently experiencing. But Coach Emling's came in. He's had some success and has stabilized the program. Doesn't have as much talent this year as he had his first couple years, but at least has given the Lady Tigers someone to build a program.
Last basket for Marion was Jakaya Peterman, the freshman.
Another Carterville transfer. A year ago at State, when we were there watching Marion, she was playing for Carterville Junior High before she moved over to join this Lady Wildcats program, and she's another freshman that could probably start. She's had some eye-popping games this season shooting the ball. They work her in off the bench, and checking in is a girl that we're very familiar with, Lydia Rogowski. She was one of our sideline reporters during football season along with her twin sister Audrey.
Ross pointed out that Audrey's on the bench, not wearing glasses tonight.
Makes it a little harder to tell these two apart. Luckily, they've got numbers.
That's all we had going for us during football season, being able to tell them apart as they worked for us. But
and the interesting part that I hadn't noticed in person until I was reading the roster, they've got Audrey listed at 5'9", Lydia listed at 5'11". So there's actually, supposedly, according to the paper, a 2-inch difference between those two girls.
Something I hadn't noticed, but
we'll take their word on it.
Sure.
Yeah, they would probably know better than we do.
I don't know. Just looking down there, Lydia looks like she may have spurted up a little bit even since the end of football season. That's wow.
Traveling called there. Herrin turning the ball over. When they've gotten shot attempts, they've gotten some good looks, but right now the struggle is even getting in position to get a shot off. Kraft, number 5, into the game. She's probably their best ball handler.
Gracie Kraft, number 5.
Schramm, their best shooter, but when you can't get the ball down the court, you can't get your shooters in spots to shoot like Marion got there twice.
Addie Lennon with the bucket. That's her 4th point on the night.
There's Schramm, the shooter, like I was talking about.
Right on cue. Schramm's first points of the night.
Coach Emily wanted a timeout. He was frustrated he didn't get it. He was all the way out on the elbow trying to call that timeout. Marion getting some offensive rebounds. That time a tie-up jump ball goes to Herrin. And they're trying to get maybe within 10, chip away heading into the half. I think Coach Emmeline would take it if they can stay within striking distance. At one point in this quarter, it looks like we're on our way to a blowout. Lydia didn't like that call. Referee Barry Vaughn got Lydia Rogowski on a foul. And that will put Herrin at the foul line. This is Grace Gerst. With such a deep bench, like I was mentioning, Coach Griffin really doing a good job cycling his girls in and out, trying to keep everybody fresh, keep everybody happy.
Gerst gets that second one to fall. So there's a timeout Herrin's going to take. With 3 minutes left in the second quarter, we'll take a break too. We'll be right back with more right after this.
At Legence Bank, we make it easy to achieve your financial goals. Working with small businesses, farmers, and individuals, we strive to be your partner in convenient, local, and personalized banking solutions. From investing in your priorities to helping our community grow, we're committed to making a difference at Legence Bank.
I always know I can count on the people at Legence to answer my questions and connect me to the services I need.
We have you covered with a range of fraud prevention tools to keep your accounts safe and secure. With real-time debit card alerts, advanced encryption, and card controls, you can stay one step ahead of fraud with these security features.
Legence Bank supports you on and off the field. Go Wildcats!
Welcome back to Cuss Wilson. We are sitting with 3 minutes left in the first half. Marion Lady Wildcats leading Herrin 30-17 after this game. We've got an exciting boys matchup between these same two towns, these cross-county rivals. And this crowd is already growing into what looks like will be an electric, exciting crowd. See two of the top boys teams in the area. But here we have Marion Lady Wildcats are having a great season. And demonstrating their talent here tonight is Shania Washam, the junior, another good junior, got a three-pointer there, I believe.
It was a long two, but
long two.
The thing that is definitely evident is not only showcasing their talent, showcasing their depth. Lots of different girls, and there's another one just into the game. Abby Dalton, number 10, getting on the floor, forcing a jump ball. Marion.
Yeah.
Just off the top of my head, it looks like they've, so far, I think, played 12.
Yeah, can't keep up with the rotation, but everybody looks like they belong out there.
I think they have 15 dressed and 12 have been in.
Abby Dalton, number 10, also in the lineup now. We've got
Paisley Freeborn.
Yep, Paisley, number 21. Jackson
nice
gets
pass.
it under to Lydia, who scores.
Of course, her brother, Caden Rogowski, will be a starter for Marion in the boys matchup. His last chance in the regular season, at least, to play against the rival Herrin Tigers. You know, he's looking forward to that one. Herrin doesn't have as deep of a bench. They have, I think, only played 7. And they only brought 11.
This is Gracie Kraft shooting free throws now for Herrin. Nigel Curry back in the game for the Lady Wildcats. Gracie makes the first, misses the second.
Good call there. Marion had box out positioning, and Brian Kelly gets number 2.
Shania Johnson with that's her second foul.
But this girls basketball team, it had been maybe a knock of past Lady Wildcat teams when they were down for what felt like a long time, that they would just lack some of the fundamentals, but they have really instilled some fundamentals in this girls basketball program, starting with, of course, the work Shane Smith did at the junior high levels, the work that some volunteer parents did at the youth levels to really get this junior high system rebuilt, and it's starting to show off, paying up to the high school level. Good ball movement.
Can't quite fall there for Dalton, and Herrin will take away the rebound. So Schramm attacking the basket, over to Ward, steps back, thinks about it. There's another fight on the basket. Both teams showing a lot of hustle, going hard after the ball.
This Herrin team, I've seen them up close and personal a few times this season. The one thing I will say about them is, despite the score, regardless of the score, they always play hard.
And that right there, I think, is what tells you your team's in a good place. I mean, your program's in a good place. Whatever your season record is, ups and downs, like you said, sometimes you have more talent than other times, but when you're getting that kind of effort and giving it for your coaching staff, getting it out of the players, then you know you're in a good place.
Under a minute.
Dalton with a steal. Flips it to Jackson, who tosses it in.
Yeah, credit Abby Dalton with the steal and the assist there. And there's another steal.
Oh, a lot of steals. Marion, haven't kept track, but Marion's got a ton of steals tonight. In the back court, at the half court, in the front court. They've gotten off a lot more shots than Herrin has. And no wonder they have doubled up Marion now, 36-18. Or Marion doubled up Herrin. Jackson can't get that one to fall. Dalton fighting for another steal. She gets it. Curry's going to get there. And she's going to go up strong and doesn't get to fall, but she will shoot free throws. Branson Hill with her third foul. Curry comes to the line with 4 points on the night.
Just saw Jordan Cook walk in front of us down here below. It reminds me of a game he played in back here when these two rivals won the more fun streams we've ever done. It was right before COVID hit in 2020. It was a regional championship game, Marion Herrin, and it was the game Jackson Connor broke Greg Sterrick's all-time scoring record. This place was packed, and we didn't know that about a week later the world would be shut down and the COVID-19 pandemic would hit, and things have really not been the same since. But it looks like we'll get a big crowd, maybe not as big as that crowd was about 5 years ago, but that was a fun night here at Wilson Gym. I was doing the game with Brett Bradley. Him and I were sitting up here, and we really could not hear each other sitting up here to the crowd noise, especially when Jackson broke that scoring record. This place, the roof about came off. That was a fun chapter in this rivalry, and we'll have another one here tonight.
So what are the chances of the Tigers and the Wildcats being in the same class this go-around?
They're definitely in the same class. I'm not sure where they'll get sent as far as the regional. The IHSA has done some funny things in the past, sending a team like Effingham to the Marion Regional and sending a team like Herrin to somewhere else, Mount Vernon or Massac County. Or
That's a Yala John that just hit one of 2 free throws for the Tigers. A little careless pass that time.
Hey, there's the senior checking in, number 40 for the first time, Shakira Humphrey. So it looks like Coach Griffin's determined to try to get all of his roster in on this special night in front of this big crowd on their home floor.
Yeah, very special night for these girls.
And there's another one, Audrey Rogowski, and I thought it was Lydia again, but this time it is Audrey for the first time. So I think everybody has officially played, and it looked like Allie Christopher, number 11, the other one who had yet to check in, and Addison Francis, a freshman. So everybody has played, and it's showing off as Marion, no matter the combination, has built a nice 18-point halftime lead.
So we'll come back with our John A. Logan College halftime show right after this. Stay with us here on Wildcat Game Day.
Welcome to Wit Wisdom, located at 202 North Market in downtown Marion, Illinois. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5. Stop in and check out our spirit wear, custom tees, embroidery services, and more, all in a historical boutique setting. Check us out anytime online at www.witandwisdomstore.com.
Want to know one of the best ways to show your Saluki pride? I'm Luke Martin, voice of the SIU Salukis and proud owner of a Banterra Saluki Visa debit card. Being able to use a Saluki branded debit card with no fees at more than 55,000 ATMs and special Saluki offers is a perk. Knowing that my transactions go towards supporting SIU is a win. Plus, Banterra is the bank that you want as a partner. Stop by a Banterra branch for details. Banterra is a proud supporter of regional athletics. Member FDIC.
Contact Kenya Garner for an auto quote today.
Hi, I'm Tyler Young with the print shop here in Marion. We're on the square. We just got done doing some perforated vinyl here at Swinford Publications. So this is the vinyl that you can see out, but people can't see in, and it gives a nice little look and feel to a number of different kinds of businesses. So come see us at the print shop. We're at 1112 North Carbon, next to AutoZone behind Hardee's.
Do you feel like your business is sinking in accounting and payroll work? Are business taxes and confusing technology dragging you down? Call the experts at Kemper CPA Group. We'll answer your questions and give you the tools to keep your business afloat.
You've been told you need to be seen by a urologist as soon as possible. But the next appointment is 3 or 4 months away. You don't have to deal with the stress of waiting for your appointment or wait for a referral. You just need to call the Urology Institute in Marion, where no referral is needed. Dr. Hatchett prides himself on providing the best care for his patients, as well as state-of-the-art treatment options. At the Urology Institute, your health is important to their team. Pick up the phone and call the Urology Institute today.
Welcome you back. The coaches at Crown Brew getting coffee.
Wildcat fans. I'm Brad Poole, president of the Watermark Auto Group. I invite you to come experience the fastest, friendliest, and fairest car buying in our little corner of the world. Our friendly sales representatives will provide you in writing with our best price, trade value, monthly payments, all within minutes of your request. No pressure, no hurdles, no tricks, and no surprises. Experience the Watermark difference for yourself at Watermark Ford Hyundai or Watermark Nissan of Marion. Fast, friendly, fair. That's Watermark.
We're here at Cuss Wilson Gym, and it's Wildcat Gameday halftime show as we are in our first game of a doubleheader tonight. Our first game, this post has the Marion Lady Wildcats taking on the Lady Tigers of Herrin, and Marion leading 37-19. What you see out on the court right now are the varsity boys from both teams getting some shots in, along with various other characters who've joined them. But they are the next up on the bill tonight is two of the top programs in Southern Illinois and the Williamson County rivals, the Herrin Tigers, Marion Wildcats. Boys programs will take on each other. But right now we've still got a girls game to get through another half. Marion's got a commanding lead, 37-19. Hey, so we'll give you our statistics as Kemper CPA Group brings us by the numbers. Kemper CPA Group has been with us since the very beginning on Wildcat Game Day. We are entering tax season. Keep in mind, Kemper CPA Group, if you're looking for someone to help you with your taxes or any other accounting needs, bookkeeping, otherwise needs that you have. Thanks to Kemper CPA Group for their consistent support. Here are the numbers for this one. As Marion, like I said, has that big lead. They led 18-10 after the first quarter, now leading 37-19. We'll tell you who their leading scorer is. Right now, after a very strong 10-point first quarter, Kamari Jackson remains the leading scorer after, even though just scoring one bucket in the second quarter. She has 12 points for Marion at halftime. Nija Curry with 2, 4, I realized I'd added her numbers up wrong. 2, 4, 6, 7. Has 7 points. That's all. That's what Nija's got. And Shania Washam, who's right next to her in my scorebook, has 2 points. But the second leading scorer for Marion is Nija Curry with 7. Harley Midget, the freshman, came in and scored 5. Addie Lennon has 4 points. Libby Garrett with 3. And Lydia Rogowski has a bucket, as well as Jakaya Peterman. And Shakira Humphrey, did she get on the? I don't think
she came in but didn't score.
Did not score. Okay, for some reason I thought she'd scored, but I noticed that didn't see anything on my scorebook. So that adds up to 37. That gives you Marion scoring for the first half. For the Herrin Tigers, they are led with 5 points by Aaron John. Madison Dickerson has 3, as well as Sophie Schramm. Kale Ward has 2, and so does number 33, Miss Williams, whose first name we don't have. As does Gracie Gurst as well. Gracie Kraft played, scored a point, and Ayala John scored a bucket herself at the free throw line. That's Herrin scoring, and they have 19. So this game going about as we anticipated with, although Herrin has had a good week, Marion's had a very good season, and they have control at halftime. Riley, you got something for us?
Yeah, as our Johnny Logan College halftime show continues, let's look ahead at the remaining schedule for both of these teams. Marion really in the midst of a rivalry week, so to speak. Of course, Herrin here tonight. They will go to Carbondale on the 4th, which will be Tuesday night, for a matchup with the Carbondale Terriers. That should be a good game in the South 7. And then the game I know these Lady Wildcats are looking forward to next Thursday night, Mount Vernon, who narrowly defeated Marion in the championship game of the Carbondale Midwinter Classic by 1 point. The Lady Rams will come into Cuss Wilson Gym on Thursday night at 6 p.m. And that is definitely a game the Lady Wildcats have circled on their calendars as they are, I think, anxiously awaiting a rematch, this time on their court. They also have remaining games at home against Massac County and Cahokia. Those will be on the 11th and the 13th. The Cahokia game will be the last game of the regular season and will also serve as senior night for the lone Marion senior, Shakira Humphrey. As I mentioned earlier, the rest of these Lady Wildcats will be back a year from now, and we'll have a couple 8th graders joining them. The Lady Wildcats at the junior high level did not have as good of a season this year as they have had in the past. They they bowed out in the regional. They did not make it to the state tournament this year. Looking ahead to Herrin's schedule, they've only got 2 remaining regular season games left, and they're both on the road at Harrisburg, and they will also go to Carbondale. That will be on February 13th. So Herrin's season starting to wind down, and then both of these teams will head to the regional. I do not believe the IHSA has released those regional assignments yet, but I'll have to check later on.
So that concludes our John A. Logan College halftime show. Why would you go anywhere else? John A. Logan has another one of those sponsors that has been with us since the very beginning here on Wildcat Game Day. We're thankful to Steve O'Keefe, who continues to renew this partnership in bringing you our halftime show and Wildcat Game Day throughout the school year, and we're grateful to him. Going on at the Marion Civic Center tonight is a show by the Creative Theatrical Group. Anything Goes. They have another show tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. Get out if you can. I think there's still tickets available.
Good take there by Naija.
Naija Curry with 2 to start the second half for Marion.
20-point lead now. The Lady Tigers started the half with the ball, did not get anything out of it, and then Naija just took it end-to-end for a layup.
Going to mention that John A. Logan, also a major sponsor of that show happening at the Civic Center tonight. John A. Logan doing a lot in the community, as they always do, and we're grateful to them for including Wildcat Game Day. So Naija starts the half with a bucket and a foul, and Johnson goes to the line for Herrin. Can't hit her first. Again, we'll just keep reminding you that the varsity Herrin and Marion boys play each other after this game, and we will have that here on Wildcat Game Day. Johnson hits the second. 39-20, Marion lead. Jackson lost control of that one. It'll go back Herrin's way.
Marion cannot get casual with this lead.
5 starters back in for Marion right now.
It looks like Addie Lennon, Bryn Smith, Libby Garrett, Kamari Jackson, and of course Naija Curry. Herrin's had some opportunities to cut into this lead as they've had multiple possessions end on turnovers to start this half. 2-3 zone for the Lady Tigers.
So Gracie Kraft not agreeing with that foul call, but she will be called for her second foul. Jackson might have had that one tipped. And Tram's got it. And Lennon fouled her. That's her first foul. Wildcats staying right on the ball in the backcourt. And the pressure is tough on these Herrin guards, and they turn it over again. This time with a travel.
Yeah, that's at least 3 turnovers for the Lady Tigers in the first minute and a half of the second half. They have had their tough time tonight taking care of the ball.
Curry got her 11th point of the night right there. And her 12th.
Leads the biggest it's been, 22 now, and another Herrin turnover. Marion turns it right back over to him, though. That was a failed opportunity to build on this lead.
Gracie Kraft, 2 on the break for Herrin. Magic Curry trying to return the favor and is fouled again. She'll go back to the line. Branson Hill now, number 34, has 4 fouls for the Tigers. See if they get her out of there. Curry hits again. And Curry's now taking the team lead in scoring with 13 points. Jackson with 12. Curry misses the second one. Lennon's right there trying to get the rebound bucket. And they'll call that foul. It looks like on Smith.
Marion foul number 12, Brendan Smith.
Going the other way. Full court pressure by the Lady Wildcats. Coach Griffin would like to see the Wildcats open up an even bigger lead and then start clearing the bench again. There we go. There's Libby Garrett. Nice steal and bucket for the junior, Libby Garrett. Schramm turns and meets Miss Garrett right there, and she's called for a foul. That's going to be her third, I believe.
Foul on number 33, Libby Garrett, her third, team fourth.
What are we calling here?
That was 5 team fouls on Marion, and the referees did not catch it until the ball was already inbounded. Coach Emling came and told referee Barry Vaughn that Herrin should be shooting, and they got it corrected, and now at the line is Schramm.
So there's our new bonus that was implemented last year.
Yeah, this table staff, this is their third game so far tonight. They had 2 JV contests, boys and girls, 1 each. Now this one, and they'll have 1 more after this. So a long night for them. I'm sure everyone will understand if they make a mistake or 2.
I still forget about the 5 fouls and a quarter is now what gets you into the bonus.
Well, and if you're at a men's college game like the SIU game today, they're still playing the 1-and-1.
Right,
so it's
right.
not completely universal across the board. It is the same for high school boys and girls as it is college women, but at the men's college level, they still play the 1-and-1. Another Herrin turnover.
Bryn Smith with that last 3-pointer, and Marion and now 25-27 point lead.
They're about to blow this open and get that 30-point running clock rule if Herrin's not careful. Another Herrin
steal.
turnover. Another Marion run out.
Lennon for the layup. No. Smith's right there to corral it. Jackson turns back out to Smith. And Garrett for the 3. Nope. Herrin trying to get that ball down the floor quickly before they can get trapped. And they're being rushed and throwing it out of bounds more often than not. Carly Midget and Paisley Freeborn in for Marion. Any other subs? Is that it? Oh, yeah, and we also have Kaya Peterman.
Nice pass, nice backdoor play.
Beautiful.
Tip to Midget. Carly Midget's one of those players that seems like she's always in the right place at the right time.
Gosh, how many girls programs can say they have this kind of guard forward play coming off their bench as we have in these young Wildcats?
Yeah, Marion's second 5 keeps the pace with Herrin starters continuing to pour it on even against Herrin's first 5.
There's a break. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school, but we're also here for the adults. After high school, I went to my local community college, and after my first semester, realized that I wasn't quite ready to go to college. And I went back to work in construction for roughly about 15 years. And at the same time, I took classes at community college. It's this idea that you can go back to school at any time for anything, and that's what a community college does for you. That's what Johnny Logan does for you.
Back at Cuss Wilson. Herrin's got the ball, but they are trailing by 29 points as the Lady Wildcats here still just in the third quarter have opened a wide lead over the visiting Tigers. After this game, the visiting boys Tigers will take on the Wildcat boys. That should be a good one. Sophie Schramm gets that bucket for Marion.
So far in this third quarter, Marion's outscored Herrin 17-6.
Jackson got that one. Midget almost got another one off of another steal.
Marion has added 11 to their 18-point halftime lead, and now it's up to 29. That trapping defense has been effective against Herrin.
Here comes Midget for another layup bucket off of a steal, and Harley now has 9 on the night.
The Marion Maniacs, who have started to assemble under the Marion basket, begging Carly to dunk that on the fast break.
She's just a freshman. Who knows what could happen in her time here playing at Cuss Wilson.
Looks like we might have a whiteout tonight for the student section.
Huh. I think you might be right.
Herrin really struggling to find a flow offensively. Just have never really looked comfortable in this game. Blocked by Midget.
And they'll call that foul on Midget now.
She'll pick up some of those every once in a while just because of how aggressive she is. You can't fault the effort. As she gets older, she'll kind of pick her spots. She'll understand when to push the issue, when to kind of back off, and when you can get away with that kind of stuff without getting a whistle called. But she, as aggressive as she is, as many shots as she tries to block, as many deflections as she gets, that's still her just first foul here tonight.
Yeah, we made the point about how many young ladies have been playing for Marion in this game. How important is that for a team that just pressures the ball all the time? It never lets up, all over the court, all of the time, to have that many fresh legs with that kind of experience. There's Curry with a three-pointer. It's 18 points on the night.
Another steal, another run out for Curry. Had a steam the other way. She's a candidate for our Hub Recreation Center Player of the Game. We'll name that in the fourth quarter before we call it a night on this game and start the next one.
61-25 now. We are at a running clock in the third quarter.
Well, it won't
kick until the fourth.
Yeah.
Curry with another one.
Marion on pace to make it a 40-point lead.
I think we probably have the Herrin bench wondering when this full court pressure is gonna come off.
Yeah, I think Marion wants definitely to trigger that running clock and then get their subs in for the fourth. This might be the last minute 33 we'll see these Marion starters. And definitely no disrespect to this game, but I'd say there's probably over half of this gym that's not going to mind that we're going to have running clock in the fourth quarter and get us to that boys game.
Yeah, this one's a foregone conclusion. Why not?
Why not get us to the main event?
Lady Wildcats have certainly put on a good show.
Nice pass.
Paisley Freeborn. Her first bucket on the night. Grace Gerst shooting free throws for the Tigers. She couldn't get that first one to go. Boy, I'll tell you what, Eric Griffin, an impressive figure on the sidelines over there. We talked about his high school and college career. Tall.
Yeah, I thought Mr. Wimbo, when he was coaching basketball, was an impressive sideline presence. Coach Griffin just as impressive, if not more.
Yeah, you talk about Wimbo, you talk about Eric Griffin. You know, when you see a Division I athlete, even decades later, you know you're looking at a Division I athlete. And in both cases, impressive, statuesque gentleman. Out of bounds by the Lady Wildcats. 39 seconds left here, and mercifully for Herrin before this clock starts to run. Herrin almost dribbled right out of bounds there, but just another steal. Here comes Curry hard the other way. She's
nice.
No, not that time. Midget's there to get one, though.
Harley Midget never gives up on a play.
Doesn't matter the time, the score, the situation. And there's a bucket for Jakaya Peterman. Another freshman.
Former Marion Junior High girls basketball coach Shane Smith up on his feet to my right, applauding that effort. Bodies getting on the floor. Marion running a textbook fast break. Sharing the basketball, and that's the thing I was going to mention too. With as much talent as there is on this roster for the Lady Wildcats, it would be easy for egos to develop, players to get selfish, players to complain about minutes, ask why they don't play more, why certain people play more than them, etc. But you just don't see that. The Lady Wildcats body language on the bench, on the sideline, very upbeat, very positive, high-fiving, clapping for one another, smiling. And I think that's a big reason why they're being successful.
So the third quarter comes to end. Marion with a 42-point lead with 8 minutes left to play. There'll be 8 quick minutes with a running clock, and we'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this on Wildcat Game Day.
Three hospitals, one shared vision. Welcome to a new era of care as we introduce Deaconess Illinois Crossroads, dedicated to elevating healthcare for Southern Illinois. From Heartland Regional to now Deaconess Illinois Medical Center, driven to provide you with the highest quality care every single day. And Union County Hospital is now proudly Deaconess Illinois Union County. all combine innovation with compassion, where your health is our #1 priority. Join us as we redefine healthcare together.
Go Wildcats.
Oasis Home Center is Southern Illinois' premier showcase for the largest selection of the best appliances, flooring, cabinets, and more. Visit Oasis Home Center, where inspiration meets unbeatable value. Explore our showroom and discover why we're the region's trusted choice for home upgrades. The Oasis experts offer up to 4 years interest-free financing and no money down options on the area's greatest choice of manufacturers. Oasis Home Center in Marion. Online anytime at oasishomecenter.world.
We're back, and we've got a running clock at Cuss Wilson Gym as Herrin is down by 42 as they take on these Lady Wildcats. Lady Wildcats have had a great season, and they seem to just grow and improve as we go along. We've got only two starters in the game now left for Marion, Kamari Jackson, and Addie Lennon. Also in the game is, Bryn Smith still in the game, and then we have Lydia Rogowski. Oh, Libby Garrett's still in the game. Well, we still got most of our starters in there. So
this is Aaliyah Williams. I was able to find it on their Max Preps.
All right, Leah got her another point.
Into the Herrin lineup, number 30, Davis.
She get 2. Well, put it over here.
Out of bounds, off Marion, Herrin ball.
Okay. And this clock's just going to tick away. We're already at 6:30.
Herrin starting to get a little frustrated. Lots of turnovers tonight for the Lady Tigers. Frustration starting to mount. Down 40 points. And
Mari Jackson, that was a 2 from the corner. And another 2 for Kamari Jackson.
They're getting frustrated with the full court press. Marion continues to run.
Yeah.
2 sidelines exchanging some words. Now we're going to have a technical foul, I believe.
Of course, you know, an official complaint. I mean, a coach can complain to an official about this all day long, but of course, the coaches have the right to coach the games how they like. Sometimes you just never know what he might be looking for or what point he might be trying to make, but we do have a technical on Herrin's. I think on a player.
It was the assistant coach.
The assistant coach. Yeah, she's getting up, and
I think she's going to go sit at the end of the bench now.
What's that rule? She can't stand, right?
Well, she wasn't a standing coach anyways. Only the head coach can stand, but she just knows she better separate herself from the action a little bit, otherwise she might get thrown out. But
she was on her feet though.
She was. I think the referees might have misinterpreted some of her frustrations. I think she was more irritated with Marion than she was the guy. I mean, she certainly was frustrated with maybe some of the calls, but I think the last part there that the referees saw was mainly directed towards Marion. And unlike, you know, Pee Wee basketball, there is no rule in varsity girls basketball, varsity boys basketball, even junior high basketball that prevents you from pressing if you want to until the final horn.
Right.
And I think you're seeing some of the other effects of the bigger crowd tonight going both ways. For Marion, It's a chance to kind of maybe win some support, kind of show off in front of this bigger crowd and hope that they come out to some of those remaining home games I mentioned at halftime. And then on the other side of it, if you're Herrin, this is more Herrin fans than you normally play in front of as well. You're probably more embarrassed, if anything.
Well, and this is an old and at least used to be bitter rivalry.
Even
So-
no matter what, if it's Scholar Bowl, if it is Spanish Scholar Bowl, if this is a FFA judging competition, Marion wants to beat Herrin. A cheerleading competition, no matter what these two teams, these two towns square off in. The Wildcats are going to want to beat the Tigers, and the Tigers are going to want to beat the Wildcats. It's as simple as that.
Well, so Riley, you grew up a Wildcat. I grew up a Tiger. You used to talk about, the junior high level?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Coach Odell would always promise, if you beat Herrin, you would get donuts and orange juice courtesy of Coach Odell, and he would always hold true to that promise for sure. I saw him here last night. I'm sure he's in here somewhere tonight. I don't think he would miss this game.
Dave Laux, one of my freshman coaches, he was new to Herrin, but he already understood how important it was to beat Marion. He didn't care. Well, I'm sure he cared that we lost some other games, but he was determined we're going to beat
There we
Marion.
go.
Nice. Shakira Humphrey, the senior, gets a three-pointer. Shakira Humphrey, good for her, the senior with
Marion's
a big bucket.
lone senior. Let's go ahead, as we are under 2 minutes now. We'll have a running clock the rest of the way. Let's go ahead and name some of our post-game honors. This is going to go ahead and be our unofficial Deaconess Illinois Medical Center post-game show. As soon as this game wraps up, we'll have to transition quickly over to another Moreland-Bishop McDonalds pregame show before the boys' game. If we get a dead ball situation here, I'll name our play of the game. But let's go ahead and name. And there's another 3 attempts. Is she feeling it? No. Can't get that one to go. If that went in, we might have had to reconsider some of these honors I'm about to give. But referee Brian Kelly whistles her for a foul. You can't fault her for the effort. Let's go ahead and name our Hub Recreation Center player of the game. Dad, 22 points, an easy decision. One of 3 Marion Lady Wildcats in double figures. Who is our Hub Recreation Center player of the game?
Nija Curry is our Hub Recreation Center player of the game. The sophomore didn't score in the first quarter, but her second quarter and beyond propelled the Lady Wildcats to a big lead. The game still looked like a game in that first quarter, but since sometime when she took off in the second half, it's been a blowout, and boy, it's really a blowout now.
Let's go ahead and read those other point totals, as it looks like Marion's going to be content dribbling out the ball, so we should have a 77-29 final.
Kamari Jackson scoring 18 for Marion. Carly Midget with 11. Shania Washam, Jakaya Peterman both with 4, as did Addie Lennon have 4. Libby Garrett had 6. Shakira Humphrey, the senior, with that big 3-pointer. Congratulations to her. Addie Lennon with 4. I think I said that. Brent Smith with 3. And Lydia Rogowski got a bucket, as did Paisley Freeborn.
They went ahead and stopped the clock so we can have 2 free throws. So 77-29 might not be our final. Looks like 24, Alasia John will have a chance to get Herrin over the 30-point threshold if they want to. Misses the first. Before we sign off, we'll show our Black Diamond thrilling moment of the game in just a second. Missed them both, so that will be our final. 77-29. Marion wins the first of these 2 varsity matchups. It'll be up to the Wildcat boys to try to complete the sweep in just a moment.
We would also like to congratulate head coach Eric Griffin. With this win, he has now achieved 100 wins in his career.
100 career wins for Coach Eric Griffin. They just announced across multiple levels, boys and girls varsity action. He just got a congratulations from scorekeeper Ralph Walker.
And a lot of sportsmanship showed by the Herrin Tigers.
Yeah, I was curious to see that.
They were not crazy about the way that fourth quarter was handled, but in the end, coaching staff demonstrated good sportsmanship.
You like to see that, because if something would have happened there, it might have spiraled over and the next game might have started with a different energy in this gym. Let's go ahead and name our Black Diamond thrilling moment of the game. Lots of different options tonight, lots of fast breaks, lots of steals and runouts for the Lady Wildcats, but it was this one that caught our attention. It was the hustle of number 10, Abby Dalton, chasing down a loose ball and giving off to her teammate for the layup in the first half. Just one of many hustle plays for the Lady Wildcats that turned out to a 77-29 final. What's Marion's record now, Dad?
That propels Marion up to 15-6 on the season.
Herrin falls to 9-17. That will do it for this girls basketball edition of Wildcat Game Day. We'll reset our scoreboards, we'll get the graphics ready, and we'll be back to do it all again in just a moment. That will be on a new link. You'll find that here wherever you're watching this game. This is the Marion Stars Wildcat Game Day.
Presented by Swinford Media Group. Get ready for an electrifying Wildcat Game Day. Powered by our incredible sponsors. Watermark Auto Group, John A. Logan College, Black Diamond Harley Davidson, Moreland-Bishop McDonalds, Deaconess Illinois Medical Center, Anderson's Furniture and Mattress, Chick-Fil-A of Marion, The Hub Recreation Center, Legence Bank, Kemper CPA Group, Banterra Bank, the Illinois Army National Guard, the Bank of Herrin, SIU Credit Union, State Farm Kenya Garner, SouthernTrust Bank, Wellness Unlimited, First Southern Bank, Clark Natural Stone LLC, Wit Wisdom, the print shop at Pieces of Learning, Anderson Boys Trash Service, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Marion Plumbing LLC, Urology Institute,